Hello and welcome back to Reading with Mo. Today we're going to be doing a book tag. This one is called the Booktube Oldie Tag. The original creator on this is Monica Kim. I'll leave a link down below. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like the Booktube newbie tag. I definitely did that when I was first on Booktube, and I feel like it would be so probably cringy and embarrassing, but I probably should go back and watch that video. But yes, this one is for us who have been around on Booktube for a while. We are not newbies anymore, even though I still feel like a newbie most days, to be honest. But this is 7 different questions, and it's all geared towards, like I mentioned, booktubers who have been around for a while. This is not my first booktube video, so welcome if you are new here, or if you've been here before, welcome back. This is my channel, Reading with Mo. I love to talk books on here, and today I will be answering the 7 questions on this tag. So the first question is, how long have you been a part of the booktube community? And I have actually been on here for quite a while now. I was not exactly sure how long, so I had to look up on my account. And it says that I've been around since 2017. I was looking at my first oldest video on here, and that was in it said 6 years ago. So I'm gonna go with 6 years. I've been around on Booktube for 6 years. Although when I first created my channel, it definitely wasn't exactly a Booktube channel. I kind of was just making all kinds of stuff that I like to do. They were vlogs and art videos and fashion videos and all different kinds of stuff. I actually was previously, before I was on this channel, on like a collab channel with some of my friends that's no longer exists or is relevant anymore, but that's kind of where I first was on YouTube. So yeah, I've been a part of the booktube community a while. 6 years, it's a long time. But probably maybe the last like 4 or 5-ish was I actually making book videos, or I should say like just consistently just book videos, not like other stuff as well. Question number 2 is, what was your biggest misconception before starting booktube? And for me, I didn't really go into it with very much expectations, to be honest. I just was someone who watched a lot of booktube videos and wanted to be able to create my own as well, be more involved in the community. I guess maybe if I had to say a misconception, I would have 2. And they're both on me, which is, 1, I thought I would post way more consistently. I have been such a flake over the years. Like, I go a while with creating content and then I don't for a while. I guess my biggest misconception would be thinking I had enough time to post consistently, which I wish was the truth, but it's just, you know, other things happen in life and I haven't been able to post or be as active on here as I wish I could have been consistently over the last 4 or 5 years. So we'll see if this millionth time is the charm. But yeah, I do think that I thought I would have more time to devote and put into this, and I just have not had as much time as I would like to. And I think my biggest misconception as well kind of ties in with that, is not realizing how much time and work and energy and effort goes into creating content in general, but especially with book content. Like, you gotta be reading books as well to be able to create content stuff. So I would say that would be my answer. Question number 3 is, how do you think booktube has changed since you first started? I definitely have noticed a lot of different changes. I mean, when I first started, I mean, I probably sound old, but like Instagram Reels wasn't a thing, TikTok wasn't a thing, YouTube Shorts wasn't a thing, and I feel like for a while, YouTube really dominated, and then we have now the short form content, which is really dominating. And I've kind of dabbled in all of those other forms as well. But for me, I just love long form. When we're talking about book content, I just love booktube content. It's definitely changed. The faces for sure have changed a lot. A lot of the booktubers that I originally started out watching either don't sadly create content anymore, or maybe there's also a lot of booktubers who there are some booktubers who I first subscribed to and watched a lot back in the day, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, who I feel like just like our reading tastes and personality styles don't match up, so I don't really watch them as much. I feel like booktube has gotten more diverse over the years, which is something I love to see as well. So yeah, I do definitely feel like booktube has changed since I started. I wouldn't say like it's changed for the worse or anything, you know, it's just different. Question number 4 is, what is your favorite booktube memory? I don't think I have like one that hugely stands out from all the rest, but a couple that come to mind for me are like receiving my first ARC, my first physical ARC. Like that was such a cool thing. I was like, never thought that was something that that would happen to me. And it was, I still have the book to this day. It was Slay by Brittany M. Morris. It's a book I really enjoyed, so I was able to hang on to it as well. That was something that was really special to me. I think it was when either I hit 1,000 or 5,000 subscribers, I did a live show where I was like making drinks and answering a Q&A at the same time, and I thought that was just like so much fun. That's a memory that's like always stood out to me, and I wish I did more live streams. I'm really terrible at it. That's one of my goals I had for this year, was to do more live streams, and I think maybe I've done one, if that. But another memory that's kind of like more generalized, but I feel like back when I was first starting Booktube, I would participate in a lot of like reading challenges and reading games and stuff like that. I don't really do that anymore, but I remember just like that just being such a fun time on Booktube, when I feel like that was when I felt most a part of the community, was participating in different like readathons and stuff like that. Question number 5 is, what are some books that you were introduced to because of Booktube? I definitely have a lot of books I can mention for that. To answer that question, there's a lot of books I've been introduced to, influenced to get into because of Booktube. If you can see this shelf right here, this whole shelf is definitely Booktube inspired. So I have all 16 books of Robin Hobb's series in the realm of the Elderling series. I have read all of them. I really enjoyed it. I would not have been aware or been introduced to them at all if it weren't for Booktube. As well as the books next to it are the books in the Grishaverse series by Leigh Bardugo. I believe those definitely I was introduced to because of Booktube. Lastly, I would say any of my books that are Greek mythology inspired. If it weren't for Booktube, this is very, very recent, like I would say probably just within this last year, that I have been heavily into reading Greek mythology. I know I'm kind of late on that train. That's been around for a long time. I've heard people talking about it on Booktube for a long time. But now I understand the hype, and I just want all of the Greek myth retellings on my shelves. Question number 6 is something that frustrates you about Booktube. And I think it's not really something that is specific to Booktube. It happens in probably any community, but I feel like especially with ones that are like smaller niches online, and that is how it's very hard for smaller creators to get noticed and to stand out. I have seen so many booktubers that I've enjoyed their videos over the years, and I feel like I can understand that when you put in a lot of work into something, it doesn't seem like your content is seen by a lot of people, that it can be discouraging. And so there's so many good booktubers that I really enjoyed over the years that I hope one day come back to making booktube content. I won't say call anyone out specifically here, but there are a lot of them over the years that I have really enjoyed their stuff, and they just don't make videos anymore. I would love to, it makes me sad because I would love to watch their content again. They really had either like great personalities, and like their reading taste really aligned with mine, and I really loved like how they made their videos. But I feel like with any with any social media content things, like there's always going to be people coming in and out, and there's going to be ones who don't stick around for as long as you would hope that they would. I feel like because Booktube is such a small part of YouTube in general, that it just leads to a lot of turnover with creators. There's definitely ones who've been consistent like throughout the years, but for everyone that's been consistent, there's probably like 200 that fall off. And I could include myself as one of the ones that fall off because I'm barely here. I just am like in and out. Last but not least, we have question number 7, and that is, what is your hope for the future of Booktube? For me, I hope Booktube just continues to exist, honestly. I hope it continues to grow. I hope that more people become aware of the community, and that it helps more people be influenced to start reading and to pick up reading and include reading as part of their lives. I'm glad to be just a small part of those out there influencing others to read and seeing the joy that reading and books can bring to your life. So I just hope our community continues to grow, it continues to be diverse, and that we just thrive, really. So that concludes the Booktube Oldie Tag. If you guys want to stick around and be a part of my bookish community, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm glad to see you all here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!